50. 40. Aw. He may have done that on purpose.
I think he did.
30. Elvia, we got 15. Sorry, it's my only communication to the radio station. 10 seconds. When I hit 5, my mic's going to go out. 7, 6, 5.
Sam Tumulty. A win today will give the Saints their first 3-game winning streak since 2016 and the first 3-game conference winning streak since 2015, when the team went 8-3 behind a redshirt sophomore named Don Butkus. The Judson Eagles are playing in their first season of varsity football, but they have a very talented group that's played good teams tough and are riding an emotional high after the program's first win in history, an overtime thriller over St. Ambrose. This is the definition of a trap game for the Saints. If they don't come ready to play, they could be the next victim of the startup Eagles. Kickoff is a few minutes away on the USF Sports TV network.
It's a beautiful day out here at Joliet Memorial Stadium. My name's Nick. This is Coach Lee Turnbow. USF taking on Judson today. Coach, 2-2 record, 2-0 in the conference for the Saints. They really are playing the best football that we've seen them play this year.
But I think they've established some things, and the thing is, middle of the season, you are improving. Your trend is improving. I like that.
Absolutely, and I think you would have liked the game up at Trinity International if you were able to make that trip with over 400 rushing yards. Let's go ahead and introduce head coach Joe Curry.
Coach, I want to talk to you about this because I love what you're doing. The emergence of the running game, that's something that travels, that you can take anywhere. The commitment to it, but just the execution or personnel-wise.
Well, I think it's, we all do make a conscious effort to run the football. We believe it always starts up front. Being able to run the football opens up so many different things downfield for our big playmakers and those sort of things. So it was pleasant last week for us to be able to get that running game going, and hopefully we can keep that going today.
I know a couple of weeks ago when Mobab came to town, you guys came into that game with a really, really great week of practice. I think that set the tone before you even reached Saturday. So how was the week of practice coming into today?
Good. I think we've had we've had about a 3-week stretch here, 4-week stretch here where I think we've practiced really well and we prepared very hard and done the things we've needed to do to go 1-0 on Saturday. And that was the same thing this week, and hopefully that translates again today.
Talk about Judson. I know they're a first-year program, just getting their feet wet. Coaching turnover before the season even started. Have you noticed anything defensively that they bring to the table here that maybe you could take advantage of? Some things that you have to worry about?
Well, Judson's a very, very good team. Typically, when you think about a first-year program, they're going through the struggles and those sort of things, but Judson's very good. They beat a good St. Ambrose team last week, and, so defensively they do a bunch of movement, a bunch of blitzes, a bunch of different things that we have. It's not anything we haven't seen before, but you just got to prepare for that, and there's sometimes they put 2 people in the gap, so they make some plays based upon what they do, but there's also some times where, because they're out of a gap, the offense makes plays. So it's kind of a little bit of a hit and miss thing, and hopefully we can hit more than miss today.
Halfway through the season, just about, health is always a concern. How you guys doing that front?
We're doing okay, knock on wood, as of now. I mean, we've got the nagging injuries that everybody has at this point in the year, but kudos to our guys. They go in and get treatments every week, and come Saturday, it's are you a full go or not? And they're 95% of the time it's yes, coach, I'm a full go. So that's really all I can worry about right now.
All right, go get them.
All right, thanks guys.
Thanks, Coach.
2-0 in the conference right now. The last time that they've won 3 in a row in the conference was back in 2015, but you got to go back even further, back to the E.J. White days for the Saints record to be a 3-0 in the conference. It's a pretty exciting time. You win this game, you set yourself up for the end of the season.
You kind of run through the gauntlet, and this is big. You can't overlook this game. You can't look past this game to the end of the schedule. You got to win this game today.
It's got to set it up because a real tough couple of weeks coming up after this with St. Ambrose and then Roosevelt and St. Xavier Olivet, the 3 teams that are at the top of the MSFA Midwest. So win today, worry about the big boys coming up. But like you said, like Coach said, this Judson team they're no joke. They beat St. Ambrose, gave St. Francis in the end all they can handle. So trap game as far as I'm concerned. You got to get ready to play against the Eagles.
It's definitely a trap game, and that's what I'm thinking. We talked about this early in the open. Trending up. The arc is rising up. Let's keep it on that same plane. Let's not dip down and have a bad one today.
Kickoff is coming up in just a few. My name's Nick. This is Lee. We got Saints football on the way on the USF Sports TV network.
For me, it was just love at first sight. I came here and I knew that the people here really cared.
That's our one goal, is to see you walk across that stage and to have a successful life.
The professors in the university really do prepare their students for the real world.
When I came here, I got my voice, I got my independence, I got that sense of I could make an impact.
USF education isn't just teaching you what you need to know about your field. It's teaching you what you need to know to make the world a better place.
Welcome to Joliet Memorial Stadium. Nick Jacobs with Lee Turnbow ahead of St. Francis hosting the Judson Eagles. Fall has arrived. A beautiful day here. The coldest weather we've had in the last 5 or 6 months. Our lows are around 43 degrees this morning, but a beautiful day here for football. You can't ask for anything better than that. We're right around 60 degrees. But when it comes to the weather, Coach, something to keep an eye on. It is pretty windy at field level.
As we watch this game today on TV, it's going to be blowing left to right across as you watch it from the comfort of your living room, but I don't think that's going to matter too much. The thing that I like right now, what we're doing offensively, is we're establishing that we are a running football team. Not that we don't have big playmakers in the passing game, because we do, but we're averaging over 200 yards a game rushing. We're converting 40%, over 40% of our third downs, which sustains strides and makes your running game even better.
The third down conversion on offense has been very, very good, but the red zone defense for St. Francis has been great as well. If I take a look down at my numbers, I believe it's 18 or 19 trips into the red zone for St. Francis opponents, but they've only allowed 3 touchdowns, and we heard Coach Curry talk about this before the game, which is classic Curry, right?
I'm just laughing because he said, yeah, you guys are doing pretty good in the red zone defenses. Yeah, so whatever we played that one team we played, and they had 1st and 10, and they got a holding penalty, and they still scored. And he just kind of stormed on and off, and we're like, are you kidding me, Coach? Yep. I mean, that's the one you remember.
Yep, they are 3 for 19, giving up touchdowns in the red zone. It's still not good enough for the defensive-minded head coach Joe Curry, no doubt about that. Welcoming in the Judson Eagles today, they're 2-4. They're 1-2 in the conference. And as we watch the St. Francis team come out onto the field here, the captains meeting at center field. Judson doing pretty well when you think about it historically for first-year programs. This is the first year that Judson has had a football team, and they've played very tough teams and played them very well. They've taken St. Francis, Indiana into the 4th quarter, down just a touchdown. At that point, St. Francis, Indiana was the number 14 team in the country. So pretty good effort that time against one of the best teams in the nation. And then last week, coming off their the second win in the history of this program, the first home win against St. Ambrose. And again, the Bees are historically a pretty good MSFA team that they took down last weekend. So, yeah, they're young. Yes, they're inexperienced. Just their first year, but they're playing some pretty good football too.
But yeah, they are, and they're young and experienced. But how about our freshman quarterback? How much has he progressed since game 1 to game now? And now he's the leader, no doubt leader of that offense.
St. Francis will return the opening kickoff. Did you see who won the toss?
Judson won and deferred.
Thank you very much. So they will get the football in the second half. St. Francis will start on offense once we get things going here at a beautiful Joliet Memorial Stadium. Pretty good crowd, getting warmed up by the sun. A bit chilly if you're in the wind, but again, when it comes to a mid to late October football game here in Joliet, you can't ask for
much better weather than this. A lot of other games going on in the MSFA. A couple of them underway already. The undefeated Lawrence Tech taking on Indiana Wesleyan out in Indiana. And that one, you got St. Xavier down in St. Louis taking on Missouri Baptist. And the game of the day coming up a little bit later on tonight, St. Francis, Indiana, up at Marion University. That's always a fun rivalry game to keep an eye on, too. Team's all set for our national anthem before we get things going here. By the way, if you're hoping to get on out to a St. Francis football game this season, you can. A couple of more opportunities after today. They host Olivet Nazarene in 2 weeks, and then they host St. Xavier coming up at the end of the year. And that kind of reminds you of the gauntlet that St. Francis is going to go through in the last 3-4 weeks of the season. They will rise here at Joliet Memorial Stadium for the playing of our national anthem. Judson coming in with the white-on-white uniforms, the blue numbers, blue trim, silver piping with the Golden Eagle helmets. St. Francis going old school today, brown on brown with the white helmets and white numbers with Bernie on the side. You digging the brown on brown, Coach? I know you like the gold that we saw back in the first week.
I'm a favorite of the gold tops with the white pants, but this reminds me of when we first started playing here in St. Francis back in 1986, and we had the brown on brown. And I think the reason we did that is because Coach Gillespie, who, of course, came from Joliet Catholic, that's all he had in the wardrobe. You know, he had all the Joliet Catholic stuff, so he wouldn't have to buy any new stuff.
We'll see the St. Francis return unit to start off our game. Anchored in the back by Scott Tumulty, one of the nation's leading return men.
He's due to break one.
Yes, he is.
He hasn't broken a long one the whole season, I don't think. You know, he has some nice returns, but usually we're used to him breaking 50, 60, maybe taking it to the house.
Game time temperature 57 degrees with the wind around 9-10 miles an hour out of the west-northwest. Dave Dunbar, the freshman kicker, attempting to kick it off, but we mentioned how the wind will be a factor, and, well, it's already becoming a factor.
You would be surprised, as a special teams guys, how many teams do not practice this. And I mean the guy coming from the outside, one of the flyer guys, actually holding the football on the tee. And you see a lot of times where he'll just move his finger right before the guy kicks it.
Tumulty and Jermaine Ross back to return the kick here from Dunbar for Judson. He'll put his right boot into it. Short kick, and we're underway. One of the upbacks for St. Francis will return it from about the 35. About a 5-yard return. St. Francis offense will have nice field position, and hopefully that was just a miscue. And
we talked about that, didn't we? You would be surprised how many teams do not practice that. And I guarantee that ball had to move before he kicked.
Was that a factor of having a holder?
Yep.
And on comes Sam Tumulty, the freshman quarterback. Throwing at a 50% rate, but he's been doing most of his damage on the ground. Over 530 yards through the first 4 games of this season. He's in the pistol. He'll take snap and look left. Wide receiver screen.
Good block!
First down up to the 50-yard line. First catch for Trenton Perry of the game.
And a late flag. We'll see what that penalty is, but there is an excellent block by one of the offensive linemen who released downfield. They actually blocked his man and another man.
I believe that was the tight end Dan Getch getting out ahead of the play. Nice catch by Trenton Perry, his second reception of the season. Trying to get him involved early.
And the call is face mask against Judson.
And size may be an issue here as well, maybe a factor. I know St. Francis got some big boys up front and some big receivers. Judson a bit undersized as they tack on 15 at the end of that play. Marching them deep into Judson territory to the 35-yard line. That's where the second play of the game will start. And keep an eye on Sam here. Sam Tumulty, he can run the ball. He's got 4 wide receivers. Man in motion is Eldridge, so give it to him on the jet sweep. Breaks one tackle in the backfield. A little help all the way up to the 25. Another first down for St. Francis, a pickup of 12 on the jet sweep from Liam Eldridge. And quickly to the line they go. Little pace here. We talked about this with offensive lineman Derek Wentworth. They're going to try to come out of the gates here, go no huddle, and keep the Judson defense on their feet, or on their heels, I should say. The keeper for Sam Tumulty, he'll pick up 5. I thought he may have given it to Wendell, but I think that's what the Judson defense thought as well. Sam will be able to pick up about 5 yards, and again, quickly to the line they go. Second down and 5 into the red zone for St. Francis. To throw. Double move into the end zone, and it is caught. What a play. What concentration. Touchdown, Rayvon Johnson, his 4th of the season, and that's what you get with Rayvon. Great hands.
They almost could have called pass interference because the defender never turned and looked back for the ball. I'm kind of surprised it didn't, but he bounces it once, he bounces it twice, and he cradles it in. Now St. Francis in a Jim Hall extra point formation. Watch this. Here's a throw. Let's see. Defender never turns back. 1 bounce, 2 bounces, 3 bounces, catches it, brings it in with the left hand.
Rayvon Johnson, the quarterback here, he's just going to try to do it with himself, and he does. A little juke to the left of the goal line. 2-point conversion's good. A quick 8-0 lead for St. Francis.
And I know you can't talk about momentum from one game to the other, but that was an impressive first drive by St. Francis. You know, kind of broke the script there, throwing it to the wide receiver down in the left corner, but that's a great catch. Got a personal foul penalty that ate up some more yards for us, but that's a really good start for the Fighting Saints.
4 plays, 60 yards, aided by that penalty that we just saw. It only took about a minute or so to get in the end zone. You got to love a start like that.
You do, and also the way our defense has been playing, I mean, give them a little bit of lead, and let's see what happens.
They getting your good side there, Coach?
I don't have a good side. Ask my wife.
She also told you to keep the yelling to a minimum.
Yeah, she did. Well, I get a little excited. That's what you do.
You know what? If Coach Turnbow's up here not screaming after every fumble and great block, what are we even doing? You might as well not be here. That's lead. That is
I'm just saying.
Quintessential Turnbow, and if you're not screaming after every great play, I don't want you around. All right?
Show a little enthusiasm.
That's right. Another short kick, factor of the win. Judson's first offensive possession coming up. They'll start around their own 30.
Now, we watched in warm-ups, and their quarterback had no issues with the wind, throwing the ball either way.
Junior Aubrey Williams, their signal caller out of Milton, Florida. He's thrown at 60%, over 1,400 yards through the air, 10 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. He's the Offensive Player of the Week in the National Christian College Athletic Association, the NCCAA. He'll start with the clap and the snap. Quick throw, batted in the air and batted down. The receiver became the defender. That was Dakari Ferguson who batted it out of the air. Otherwise, it likely would have been intercepted by Terrence Nicholson.
And I thought that ball was slightly tipped at the line of scrimmage.
The running back is Michael Porter, a freshman out of Atlanta. 22 carries, 94 yards. The touchdown averages about 4 yards per carry. He's got 3 wide receivers this time, 2 left, 1 right. Ball left hash. Snap a good one into the chest of Williams. He'll hand it off to the running back, and he got smoked at the line of scrimmage. Scott Tumulty And Michael Johnson among the tacklers for the brown and gold. Chris Johnson as well.
Chris Johnson just laid his shoulder right in there. He got stood up, and he just let him know that this might be a long game because I'm ready to play.
3rd down and 2.
And you'll
for
see
Judson.
right here on the replay, comes in, and watch 51 comes in. Tumblety stands him up, and he just finishes the tackle.
Under 50% on 3rd downs here for Judson. Here's the rush. The throw to the outside is complete, but no yards after that catch up to the 39-yard line. The ball was complete to Jaquavius Wise, the freshman out of Georgia, but St. Francis holds him to a 3-and-out.
Angel Mata does a really nice job coming up and making a sure one-on-one tackle. If he misses that tackle, then he has a chance to break it and get enough for the 1st down.
Angel Mata with one of the 5 interceptions for the St. Francis defense this year. Came against Marion in week 1, a big 50-yard return on that play. Scott Tumulty standing back at his 27. Low kick. It's going to take a big hop as Scott's going to let that one go. An effective punt inside the 20-yard line. And it's still rolling, still rolling, still rolling. And finally we'll come to a rest at the, wow, the wind is still blowing it, Coach. It's still rolling. All the way to the 13-yard line. That must have rolled 15 yards.
Now there was a timing issue between the snapper and the punter, and it took forever to get that ball back there. So if that's going to be an issue, you might want to see us put a punt block on because we could get there.
First time we'll see Parade Barber in here today.
That's like one of your tee shots, isn't it? You hit it like 150 yards and the wind gets it and rolls it for like 300.
Yeah, it never gets probably above 20 feet off the ground. Yeah, that's about right. Sam Tumulty in the shotgun, 4 wideouts, 3 right. Eldridge in motion on the jet motion. Sam's going to keep it this time. Not a lot of room. Pick up a few, and he'll be taken down by Decarius Davis, the junior corner out of Harlan High School in Chicago. And again, pace for the offense here on the 2nd possession. Parade Barber and left hip of Tumulty. Sam's going to keep it, trying to get to the edge. Cuts it up, takes a big hit up to the 24-yard line, and that's just enough for a St. Francis 1st down.
He does such a great job of reading and pulling the ball out late, making it think. Some guys pull it out as soon as they make contact with the running back, but he rides him, and actually the running back almost appears to clamp down on the ball, and he pulls it out late and screws around the left end.
What are you going to guard? Sam Tumulty's legs or Rayvon Johnson and Liam Eldridge on the outside? They're going to throw this time. To the outside it goes, but the momentum of Dan Getch taking him out of bounds at the 28-yard line. A pickup of about 5. 2nd down coming up for St. Francis. First catch of the game for Dan, 4th of the season. And again, St. Francis going no huddle here. Parade Barber and hit in the backfield, and he's not going to make it too far. Initial contact made by the defensive end, Clifton Jimerson for Judson.
So now you see Judson knowing St. Francis going no huddle, hurry up offense. So now they're just going to call their blitz or their stunts right to the line of scrimmage.
Parade out. Back on comes his high school teammate, Wendell, who's had a great season, Wendell Newton. 30 carries, over 100 yards, has a touchdown as well. Blitz being shown from the right of Tumulty. They're going to bring some extra guys. Lofts it up for Wendell, but that's going to go incomplete. Tried to throw into the blitz, but couldn't connect with Wendell Newton. And on comes the punt unit for the first time as the Judson defense holds against the St. Francis offense, who we talked to, like I said, to one of our favorite offensive linemen about how they're going to come out offensively in this game. And that was a strategic move coming out in the no-huddle offense.
Now Judson should get really, really good field position. Let's see how the wind affects his punt.
A good 10, 12 mile an hour wind right into the face of Brian Madej here. The returner for Judson standing at midfield. See if we can get a good bounce here as well. Oh, beauty. Angled right, It'll bounce at the 44, take a St. Francis hop, and with the conditions, that's a beauty, down to the 36-yard line. Great job by Brian Madej.
And that's an example of you've got to know your field position. If he runs up and catches that ball, he saves his team about 10, 12 yards. Just a gorgeous day here in Joliet. This is just, when you play football, you coach football, you pray for these days. You're like, this is football weather. This is why I play football, to play in a game like this with this weather.
Scott Tumulty playing a little cornerback here as they come out in a zone look. Aubrey Williams, the quarterback, is going to hand off inside run from the Eagles up to the 40-yard line, a pickup of 4 yards. Ryan King among the tacklers, taking down Brandon Mackey, the freshman running back out of McRae, Georgia. He's their leading back with 53 carries, about 350 yards, 3 touchdowns. Coach, he averages about 6.6 per touch. Mackey on the right hip of Williams. 4 wide receivers for Judson. They're going to look to throw this time. Stepping up in the pocket, Williams lets it fly. Has a receiver open near midfield. It's complete to Ovante Vickers. His 50th catch of the season. They played 6 games. He's got 50 catches, over 720 yards. He averages 120 yards per game, does number 0 for Judson. Definitely their go-to guy on the outside out of Saginaw, Michigan. Picks up the first down for the Eagles right at midfield here. 9:34 in counting, pardon me. First down, Judson at the 50.
Nice tackle.
Ryan King, the contact right at the line of scrimmage. Jermaine Ross came out with the football, but they're going to say forward progress was stopped. No gain from Sherrod Boyd, the 3rd running back they've had carry the football already here in the first quarter.
Ryan King early in this first quarter just owning his one-on-one assignment against his offensive lineman. That's the second nice play he's made.
Ryan King up to 20 tackles on the season. 3.5 for a loss. That one goes for +1 for Judson. 2nd and 9 at the St. Francis 49-yard line. Aubrey Williams, the quarterback, can run. We haven't seen him take off yet, but he does have the athletic ability to do so as he rolls to the right this time, looking for time. Here come the Saints, and down he goes. Chris Johnson applied the first pressure. The rest of that Saints defense cleaned it up.
He keeps outside leverage on the quarterback from his linebacker spot, lets the pursuit. Watch this, watch 51, keep the outside leverage, makes him cut it back inside, and here comes the pursuit. That's textbook.
Cam Holman, the freshman out of Wilmington, cleaned it up at the end of the play. The loss goes 5. It's 3rd down and 14 to go. 8 minutes to play here, first quarter. Saints up 8-zip. Passing situation for the Eagles. Aubrey, 7-step drop, checks it down on the running back. Nice solo tackle made in the backfield. Chris Johnson is there again from his middle linebacker spot.
Now that's his coverage, and that's really hard for a linebacker, knowing that he's got to cover the running back coming out of the backfield. He sees it on a little swing pass to the right side, busts it from his middle linebacker spot, and makes another nice one-on-one tackle.
So does Scott Tumulty adjust where he sets up for this return, given the nature of the first punt?
You would think.
Bad snap. It skips into the punter's hands, and he has plenty of time.
Oh, get away, get away, get away.
But it goes off of the side of his foot.
Still get away.
And it will be down at the 45-yard line. Special teams an issue here for the first-year Eagles out of Judson.
Definitely wins playing a factor, and definitely special teams, I think, as this game progresses, Nick, is going to play a huge factor. Don't be surprised if St. Francis takes a deep shot right here. And you see the flags, the wind blowing left to right as we watch it.
Sam Tumulty has Wendell Newton on his left hip. Motion man.
Nice block.
Fake to him, and here goes Sam on the run up to the 50-yard line before he's rolled down. The safety coming up making the stop for Judson, E.J. Glover.
Wendell Newton just destroyed his guy, made a nice cut block on the guy forcing the play, opens up a hole, gets a gain of 5.
Wendell just 5'7", 175, making a great block. It's 2nd and 5 at midfield. Seems like we're playing between the 30s here. Motion man is Curran. Hand off to Newton. Inside run. First down for the freshman. A big run before the Eagles take him down at the 25-yard line. A 25-yard carry for Wendell Newton, his longest rush of the season.
Coach Curry talked about this in pregame. They stem their fronts, which means they move their defensive linemen. Sometimes in the right gap, sometimes they leave a gap uncovered. That's what happened there.
St. Francis offense moving faster than the chains. They go to Wendell again. Not as much luck that time. No gain on the play. Second down for St. Francis, looking for their second touchdown of the game. 6:03 to go, first quarter. Come on, Curran in the right slot. He's usually the jet motion guy. They're going to keep him outside this time. Sam going to roll right. Look for Eldridge. Pitch and catch for a gain of, we'll say 8 yards. It's going to be 3rd down and, well, they didn't. It looks like he ran backward for about a yard. So it's going to be 3rd down and 2 for St. Francis with 5.5 to go first quarter.
But their offense is executing exactly what they want to do, not reacting to what the Judson defense is doing.
2 wide outs right, 2 to the left. It's Wendell Newton on the right hip of Sam Tumulty. He's going to send Curran in motion. Fake it to him. Curran got blew up, but Sam kept it, trying to go for the first down, and I think he may have gotten it. It's going to be close on the inside run, but Wendell, who did not get the football on the fake, or I should say Curran, who did not get the football on that fake, was just leveled coming off the edge.
Well, they're marking this as first down. The chain guys are a little cold, so they're taking their time.
They got to warm up too. First down at the 15-yard line of Judson. Blitz shown to the right of Tumulty. They're going to throw right at the blitz. They find Liam. He's trying to make a play outside. Picks up the first down. It's going to be 1st and goal for St. Francis inside the 5. You got a really good view there of what Sam Tumulty saw, looking into the blitz, trying to jump throw it over that blitz into the hands of Liam there.
And watch 58 Ashton right here. He's like, come on, son. You're the tackle. Get out there. Hit somebody here.
58 Ashton Sorgia, a freshman out of Brighton, Illinois. Southwestern High School down there in southern part of the state. 1st and goal for the Saints at the 5. They give it to Wendell. Nice tackle, 2 yards shy of the end zone.
This might be one of the few games that I can remember us having a physical advantage against the other team.
Quickly to the line, no huddle again. See if they go to the same play. Yep, they give it right back to Wendell. Shifts left. Oh, ball! Ball comes out. He was leveled. Sam Tumulty has to take down the fumble recoverer. That was John Trell Mitchell, the defensive end, who had the ball just pop right to him, and we got 2 players down. Wendell took a big hit coming around the edge.
And they always tell you got to secure the ball, but there's no way that he could have done it because he just got popped.
Wendell down as well as Demarius Farmer, the safety, who I assume was the one who made that hit on Wendell. And both men worse for wear after that play. Wow, that was a big hit. And Coach Curry is going to stroll out there too and make sure his running back are okay. And I assume he's going to check on the safety for Judson too.
And I believe that was Tumulty who saved the touchdown because that was really close to being a scoop and score. Watch this pop again. They'll break it. This one gets there, and watch this guy come on it. Pop. Helmet on the football.
It was not the player who made the tackle. Who forced that fumble actually was Trey Sayers, the safety. He actually hit his own guy along with Wendell Newton, who is still down on the field. And that, hard to tell exactly, but it must be pretty bad with both guys down there like that, and they're not hopping up anytime soon. Laying right at about the 2-yard line for those listening
on WCSF. Both teams on the sidelines taking a knee.
Both trained staffs are out there attending to their players. But there's nothing you could do because the helmet went right on his forearm, right on the football, popped it out.
It's like I say, with every moment that they lay there, it becomes a little more and more serious. And Wendell Newton getting up, but very slowly and gingerly.
He's catching his breath
I
now.
hope it's as minor as getting the wind knocked out of him, but hard to tell exactly with such a violent hit.
Watch this again on TV. Makes a jump cut, goes to the left, and he doesn't even see this guy come out of nowhere.
Helmet was right on the ball. That was a clean hit, Coach.
Yes, it was a clean hit. Nothing dirty about that. That's just football.
The Judson Eagles in their first year of varsity football. Some trials and tribulations in the preseason as their safety gets up as well, and you see their players running out there to make sure he's okay. They're giving a little pat on the helmet. Again, that was Demarius Farmer, the junior out of Hoover, Alabama. He's the leading tackler on the team, as you see Wendell Newton getting helped off as well. So Wendell Newton for St. Francis, one of the team's leading rushers, and walking off for Judson. Demarius Farmer, the team's leading tackler. So two very important players for both the St. Francis offense and the Judson defense. Hopefully those two men will be okay. But Wendell slowly walking off. All right, back to football here as we wish the best for those two guys. Here we go. After the turnover, Judson at their own 13-yard line. They're going to keep it on the ground. A big run this time for the Eagles up to the 25. That's a first down. Biggest play of the game for the Eagles offense. This one coming from Nigel Bruce, the junior running back.
And I'm watching, and they're escorting Wendell Newton directly to the locker room. Take a closer look.
Throwing this time into the flat. It's their number one guy, Dakari, or their second leading receiver, Dakari Ferguson. He'll pick up a nice chunk of yards on first down, brings up second down and 4. So two positive plays for the Eagles offense. They got a little pep in their step here as you see Wendell walking back here to the locker room. Second and 4 for Williams, the quarterback. The clap, the snap a bit low, handle it. Hand off right side and a tackle from the back. Maybe a gain of 1 or 2 on the play. And that time again back to Sharon Boyd. They have a whole host of running backs that they're filing in and out of there. They can keep legs fresh if anything else. Boyd's going to stay in there. Third down opportunity here for the St. Francis defense. Check back, get the play. They're going to change it at the line as Aubrey Williams. 3 wide receivers, 2 left, 1 right. Williams takes the snap. They're going to give Boyd shoulder now, and he'll pick up a first. Need a 3, got 4. 1:50 to go here in the first quarter. Saints lead at 8-0. They scored on their opening possession in just 4 plays, aided by a personal foul.
And that time, Jermaine Ross comes up from the safety spot, secures that tackle. The Saints early in this football game, Nick, have been tackling very, very well.
Boyd goes out for running back for Judson, and on comes Brandon Mackey again, listed as their starter. Same formation. Pulls it back into the flat for Ferguson. Hit behind the line and not going anywhere. Angel Mata along with Jalen Cooper.
He actually was getting blocked. Mata was on that play. Keeps the outside arm free and ends up assisting on that tackle.
You see Dakari Ferguson, the junior out of Chicago, transfer from College of DuPage. Over 40 catches now, has 5 touchdowns. Second down and 10 for Judson. Under a minute to play here in the first quarter. Three down linemen, three linebackers for St. Francis. They're going to throw, stepping up in the pocket. Here comes pressure. Chris Johnson in for the sack for the Saints. His first sack of the season, 3.5 tackles for a loss for the middle linebacker.
And that was such a good read. That's not a direct blitz. He's waiting to see what the defensive lineman engaged. Watch him where he comes. He's looking and watch. He sees. Now everybody's engaged. There's my hole. I can shoot it. That's a heck of a read by Johnson.
Kind of hard to believe it's his first sack of the season. Here we go on 3rd down and 12 for Judson. 8 seconds till the quarter whistle. If they want to use the wind here, they better snap the football. 3, 2, 1. They cannot get it off, and that brings us to the end of quarter number 1. The Saints scored on their opening possession. It's a stalemate since then. 8-0 USF over the Judson Eagles on the USF Sports TV network. We'll be back in a minute.
For me, it was just love at first sight. I came here and I knew that the people here really cared.
That's their one goal, is to see you walk across that stage and to have a successful life.
The professors and the university really do prepare their students for the real world.
When I came here, I got my voice, I got my independence, I got that sense of I can make an impact.
USF education isn't just teaching you what you need to know about your field. It's teaching you what you need to know to make the world a better place.
15 minutes on the clock, quarter number 2 coming up for St. Francis. Sam Tumulty efficient through the air, 5 for 6 for 48 yards, has a touchdown to Rayvon Johnson. Liam Eldridge has a couple of catches for 16 yards. Tumulty on the ground, 5 attempts, 23 yards. Wendell Newton, before he left, 4 carries for 18 yards. Aubrey Williams for Judson, 4 for 6 through the air, but just 12 yards. He's been sacked twice by this St. Francis defense. He's got it here on a 3rd down and 12 as we flip field. Clap, the snap. Here comes more pressure down the middle, and I believe that's going to end up being incomplete. Initially thought he caught the ball, but as he landed, the ball popped out. Intended receiver was Brand Alexander, the freshman from Thornton Township.
And he had an option route. He just runs to the defender, and watch him breaks left. And if he would have held on to it, that would have been enough for the first down.
Catchable ball, not a perfect ball, but certainly catchable. But how about that defensive line for St. Francis? Getting pressure on the Judson quarterback almost every drop back. Snap is a good one this time. High wobbling punt. It takes a great Judson bounce. It takes several great Judson bounces. And another nice little roll at the end too for another one inside the 20-yard line. Like about a 40-yard punt. He's given that St. Francis offense a little bit of field to work on here.
Well, let's see who comes off a running back for the Saints on this series.
It's Paray Barber, senior out of New Orleans. Paray, along with Wendell, who left with injury, went to the same high school, St. Augustine High School down in New Orleans. Tumulty in the gun again. 2 wideouts right, 1 left. We're going to put a guy in motion. Rayvon Johnson's going to swing over to the right side. Big play here, Coach?
Yep.
Sam in the gun. Quarterback draw. Hit at the line of scrimmage. Not much room that time for Sam. Nicely defended by Judson. Cam Carter, the corner, coming up making the stick.
Kind of feels like we're still feeling Judson's defense out a little bit.
Second down and 9 at the Saint 20 for the brown and gold. Curran in motion. Sam keeps it. Inside run. He's piled up by a lineman and a safety after a pickup of 5. You want to talk, you called him a human bruise before the game.
I
It's
did.
plays like that is where he earns that nickname.
Well, he gets a real nice block by Knudsen. Look at Knudsen. Keep on fighting, son. Run somebody over. That's an outstanding job.
Keyshawn Frazier, the defensive tackle, making the stop for Judson. It's 3rd down here for the Saints. They convert on about 40% of 3rd downs. Rolling right, pressure, throwing, and it is tipped, caught by Liam, but where he came up with the football was only about a yard past the line of scrimmage, so it's going to be 4th down for St. Francis, and Brian Madej is going to have to go to work again. Liam needs a game. Liam is such a great receiver. Some nice concentration here to stay with it.
Yeah, but by the time he secured a catch, he's a yard short of the 1st down.
Liam just needs a big game. He's such a hard worker. Takes so much pride in the craft of being a wide receiver, but he hasn't had that breakout game quite yet. He's due, man. Madej on. He'll be working with the wind at his back this time. Let's see how much he can get on this one. Looks like he kicked it at about 80%. He'll get a St. Francis bounce. That one will roll till about the 23-yard line.
Well, one thing we know from the early part of this game, the greens are fast. You know what I'm saying? You just barely tap it, it's going to go like 50 feet.
With the nice hop, it ends up being close to a 50-yard punt.
Early in this ball game, the St. Francis defensive line has really applied pressure and played pretty well. They actually played outstanding so far, especially Ryan King from his defensive end spot. The last series, they moved him from defensive end down over the nose a little bit.
That was a 50-yard punt exactly for Brian Madej. Even, I don't think he put as much into it as he had. 1st down for Judson. On the ground, inside carry. Up to about the 27. Nice 1st down pickup of about 3 into the hands of Sherrod Boyd, getting most of the carries so far today. 4 carries. Not a lot of yards to show for it, only averaging about 2 yards per carry is Boyd, the running back number 26. Second down and 5 now. Ferguson, the motion man, to the left. Williams, the clap, the snap. Boyd sweeping right, cuts it inside up the hash marks. And a 1st down for the Eagles up to the Eagle 40-yard line. Pickup of about 10 yards, moves the chains for Judson.
Nice play concept by Judson. They pull the backside left tackle, leads him around the hole. There's nobody for him to block. There was a gate. Watch, they pull the backside tackle. He comes around. There's really no for him to block, and there's a natural hole right there. Cuts a little bit to the right, gets enough for the 1st down.
Three linemen, couple linebackers. Man-to-man defense here for St. Francis. Throwing. Oh! And a big stick. Angel Mata lays him out in the backfield. That's a loss on the pass to Avante Vickers.
And it is the 3rd time this ball game that he has played off a block from the wide receiver and actually came in and made the tackle.
Loss of 2, 2nd down and 12. Watch it again.
This. He'll play out the block, gets there before the blocker gets there, and makes that play.
Great form tackle, too. He could have kept his shoulder up and hit him high, but he went low, cut down the legs. It's a loss of 2. 3 wide receivers, running back left hip. Here comes the blitz from St. Francis. Checked down and batted out of the air. Incomplete. TJ Neal, the linebacker, batting it to the ground.
He was all over that. Again, the running back is his responsibility. He says quick screen to the left, mirrors him. Watch 28. Come over here. He reads it, boom.
Terrence Nicholson had the quarterback Williams lined up for a big hit, but got it away, and credit to Nicholson for pulling up, avoiding any sort of big injury. 3rd down and 12 at the Judson 40. Here's Williams, in the pocket. He can run it if he has to, and he'll pick up the first down and a bit more. Nice run. First time we've seen Aubrey Williams in the scramble. He picks up about 15 and a first down inside Saints territory.
He kept his eyes downfield when nothing developed. Watch his eyes downfield. Now he makes the decision. Now he knows exactly where the first down chains are at. Extends the ball, gets enough.
Under 10 minutes to go here in the first half. Saints lead at 8-zip. We haven't had a point since the opening possession from St. Francis. Williams, quick throw outside, complete. Their number one go-to guy is Vickers. A 5-yard out route, a couple of yards after the catch, makes it 2nd down and 2. Nice play.
And that time Mata covering slipped on his back pedal, a little late making the play.
It looked like Vickers coming up a bit injured with paying a bit of attention to his arm there, but he's in the game, he's fine. 9:20 to go, first half. The clap, snap, the give. Following the lead blocker that time was Sherrod Boyd, just running into that line with abandon. Didn't really look like he was looking for any particular hole. He just put his shoulder down and ran as hard as he could before he runs off the field.
Judson's offense is nothing special in terms of they're not really fancy, they're not explosive, but they do a good job of hitting their receivers in stride.
Chains move for the Eagles inside Saints territory. They're putting together a bit of a drive here. Throwing outside again.
Nice catch.
Quick out route to Vickers again, right at about the 30-yard line. He'll pick up another 7 or 8 yards. 2nd down again. They like that play. They're going to make those corners come up a little bit. Second down and 4. On the ground, inside run again. This time it'll be a first down. A hit near the line to gain, and the ball carrier fell forward a little bit. It's the head coach for the Judson Eagles, Dan Pavlicek, getting vocal at the end of that play.
At that time, Michael Johnson from his nose tackle spot actually knifed in and made contact about a yard behind the line of scrimmage, but was in no position to wrap him up.
So you had a second-year head coach, Dan Pavlicek, actually the 3rd head coach for the Judson Eagles, named before they even played their first game this season in their inaugural season. Williams is going to throw. Rolling right, chase down, fires deep into the end zone.
Pick it off.
It was caught by Scott Tumulty, but he was out of bounds. Did you see the one-handed grab, though?
Yeah. Well, I think the reason he tried to do that and he executed it is because he's worried about keeping his feet in bounds. And his momentum just carried him out the sideline. Well, there's no question about who they're going to.
Yep. I like the first down play call from that spot on the field, looking for points. No dice on that play, though. 2nd down and 10. Ball at the 23-yard line. On the 11th play of this drive, they've already gone 55 yards. Best drive of the game so far for the Eagle offense. On the ground again, looking for some blocking. Not too much room. Gain of 2 or 3 on the play. He was knocked back by Chris Johnson.
Chris Johnson does a nice job of playing downhill, reads his gap, shoots a gap, keeps for a minimum gain. You got to key number 0, don't you? Right here.
Yep.
You got to key him.
3rd down and 7. Judson is 2 for 5 on 3rd downs. Motion man is Ferguson. Here's Williams looking and batted again, and nearly intercepted by St. Francis. It was knocked into the air by the linebacker Logan Johnson. And I believe it was Jermaine Ross or Jalen Cooper. No, that was Jalen Cooper who almost came up with it at the end. Or Angel Mata, there you go, yep.
Logan does a nice job getting his left hand on that ball, deflecting it up, and then it becomes a tip drill.
Judson going to go here on 4th down, trying to catch St. Francis out of alignment, but now they have to get the new play. Give St. Francis a chance to look over things, but Judson wants to talk it over. You think they're going to come out of the timeout and go for it?
Oh, yeah, you're going to have to, because even with the wind blowing against you, field goal is no sure thing. But you have to give Judson credit, Nick, because since that play by the goal line where they popped the ball, recovered a fumble, it's kind of given them a little juice. It really has.
This drive is the best one we've seen. 12 plays for 58 yards, about a 6-minute drive, the longest they've extended an offensive possession. So they really seem to be settling in as this game goes on too, which is dangerous for the Saints. We mentioned before, this is a trap game. This is a game that, you got some big games coming up in the schedule. St. Ambrose next week, St. Xavier, Roosevelt, Olivet, Nazarene, all still coming up. Top 3 teams in the conference. You can't look past this team, which has played St. Francis, Indiana into the 4th quarter. They beat St. Ambrose there, so they're coming off an emotional high from last week's game as well. So they're playing some pretty good football too. And they're looking for their first points here. 4th down coming up with 6.5 to go here in the first half. From the Saints 19. Williams stepping up, pressure, evades, checks down, and a big hit. Chris Johnson just laid out the receiver, and the flag's going to come in.
Oh, come on. That is not targeting. No. Chris Johnson doesn't believe. That looked like a good, solid football play. And now the officials are going to talk it over, but I don't think that was targeting.
Jordan West was the intended receiver on the play. If the call sticks, it's going to be a turnover. Take a look at it again.
Now let's
see what he's done with his arms.
Okay.
Maybe that's what they're upset about.
No, he led with the hand.
And he pushed him right in the chest. Yeah.
You could push in football, right? You could push in football.
Yep. I thought it might have been a hands to the face situation, but on the replay, no.
No, his hands went right to his chest. And now we got to have a 15-minute Geneva conference here.
You love it when the officials get together.
What is so difficult about the guy who threw the flag telling the referee, this is what I had?
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and if that's the case, it's going to be a first down for Judson, right?
Let's just see. That's not targeting. That is not targeting.
Yeah, I think they mistook those hands coming up a little higher than they actually did.
Targeting involves the crown of your helmet.
Yep.
Now we're getting a second penalty because somebody on the sidelines for us was just jabbing at the side judge. So let's see it again. He comes up in the pocket.
Nice play by Williams.
Throws back, and here comes one. If anything, he caught a little helmet in the face mask. So now it becomes another penalty, half the distance to the goal line on this, on sportsmanlike conduct against us. Couldn't really tell who it was, but it appeared to be one of the players on our sideline because the coaches turned around and looked back.
Well, the laundry getting cleaned up off the field here, but Judson's going to end up with a 1st and goal from the St. Francis 3-yard line. 6:22 to go. A questionable personal foul penalty and an unsportsmanlike penalty on St. Francis. All in the same play, giving the Eagles their best chance at points. Aubrey Williams and company have a fresh set of downs here, and we're going to have another stoppage of play.
Now I think St. Francis is going to call a timeout.
Yep.
I'm looking across the field, and I'm looking for Demarius Farmer, who got injured on that play next to the goal line.
Oh, good.
And his helmet is off, and he's sitting on the bench.
Well, not good.
And he's got medical people around him, and usually that's the telltale sign when your helmet is off. That means you're probably not coming back in the ballgame.
Yeah, we can see if we get a shot of him across the field. sitting on the trainer's table. He took the shot along with Wendell Newton. I don't think we saw Wendell come out of the locker room yet either, have we?
No. You see him right now. He's sitting with the guy, and he's not talking. He's like, oh, my goodness. So you know he got popped pretty good.
Yeah. That's number 2, Demarius Farmer, injured in that play with Wendell Newton. Glad to see he's up and walking. They're still keeping their eyes on him. Yeah, his helmet's nowhere to be found. I don't think they're giving that back.
Nope.
All right, here we go out of our timeout. 6:22 to go. It's still 8-0 St. Francis, but the Eagles threatening, and Coach Curry still wanting an explanation, I imagine, about that. The first penalty, the personal foul on Chris Johnson. Here we go. Can the Eagles punch it in from 4 yards out? First down and goal for Judson. Aubrey Williams, quarterback keeper.
Nice tackle.
Great tackle on the outside. I believe it was Terrence Nicholson. The quarterback, Nicholson, having a great year. His best season of his career. He's a junior out of Minneapolis, Minnesota, transferred in from Minnesota Crookston, and he's tied for the lead in tackles for St. Francis this year. Second down and goal, no gain on that play. From the 3, lined up in the same formation. Williams talking to his offensive line. Same play. They're going to throw it. Here comes help. Williams reverses field, still on his feet, still looking, and hit it. Down he goes. Jermaine Ross, the safety, takes him from the 3 all the way back to the 17-yard line. What a play. And if you're the quarterback,
you got to throw it away.
Got to throw that away. Trying to make something happen, trying for points. I understand that, but
watch this play by Ross. He just comes out there, missed tackle, bends it. Right now, throw the ball away. Throw the ball away. Throw it out of bounds, past the line of scrimmage. No harm, no foul.
Jermaine Ross with a big play, pushing the Eagles from the shadows of the goalpost all the way back to the 17-yard line. It is now 3rd and goal from the 17. And another stoppage. A flag comes in. It's going to be a delay of game. It's going to make it even tougher.
This game all of a sudden just got a little choppy, didn't it?
Yep.
Well, you got key number 0. Find out where he's at in the field.
Third and goal from the 22. Williams. More pressure by the Saints. And down it goes! Another sack for the Saints defense. Cam Holman. His first sack of the season.
He just never game up because the quarterback spins around and he just comes off the left edge. Pursue. And as soon as the quarterback spun around, you watch 94. Right there. Spin. Don't give up on a play. Don't give up on a play. Nice job.
They had the ball, 1st and goal at the 3. It's now 1st and goal, or 4th and goal at the 32. They've gone backwards 30 yards since they had 1st and goal at the 3. And a whistle on the snap. Another delay of game. They're going the wrong way.
Right now, you might see him punt it.
Now they're going to bring out the punt unit. Wow. They're punting on a goal-to-go situation.
That might be a first for me.
Right?
That might be a first for me.
It is 4th and goal in the punt unit out for Judson. Credit to the defense of St. Francis, getting a lot of pressure on the Judson quarterback and doing it mostly just from rushing their linemen. Angled low punt. Another nice punt here from Judson. Wow. And they're going to pin St. Francis back at their 1 yard line.
Now, do you think that's going to make Coach Curry happy now, the red zone defense? Again, another red zone stop.
I hope so. Defense holds again. Actually pushes them 30 yards in the wrong direction.
Well, you think Tumblety is going to carry the ball out here? I would guess that he's going to be some kind of quarterback follow. I don't think they're going to risk handing the ball off in the end zone. I mean, they are literally, a football is linked outside of the goal line.
A 36-yard punt. St. Francis working out of their own end zone here. Tumblety keeps it, falls forward till about the 4 yard line, gives them a bit of breathing room.
That's about the only thing you can do, get positive yardage.
Under 3.5 minutes to go till halftime. If you're listening on the radio side, WCSF, we'll play some tunes for you. Take a little breather here on the TV side as we collect our stats and our thoughts. Coach Curry coaching them up. You can hear it in the background here on 2nd down and 8 for St. Francis. Murphy in motion. Dangerous snap. Handoff. Perret up to the 10. Shy of the first down. Be 3rd down and 2.
This would be huge to convert for the first down.
Third down here for the brown and gold. 2:20 to go in the first half. Perret Barberin, right hip of Sam Tumblety. 3 wide receivers. Blitz being shown by the Eagles. See if they bring extra men. Johnson.
Go! Don't go backwards.
He was in space, but he couldn't get away from the cornerback. It was a great play by Cam Carter, the corner, covering Rayvon Johnson. Could not escape the tackle.
I think he may have got enough for a first down. Yes,
Really?
he did.
Wow. I didn't think he gained a yard, but nice job by 22.
You're never going to fault a guy for a kid for trying to make a play, but you have to know what that situation is. Watch him. He gets it. Just put your shoulder down and go forward a yard instead of trying to go back and take it down the sideline.
It is enough to move the chains. 1.5 minutes to go. Sam looking long. Miscommunication. That's an interception for Judson. He was looking for Eldridge, but Eldridge was running a short route. The return is on for the Eagles. There goes Davis. Up to the Saints 34. Second turnover of the game for St. Francis. First interception from Tumblety today.
Definitely on different page that time.
Yep. They were looking long for Liam, but he cut off the route short. Credit to the cornerback, Decarius Davis, with a great over-the-shoulder catch on that play with a pretty strong wind. That's Davis's first interception of the season. Here's Williams. Judson looking for something here before halftime. 5 yards and out, first down, clock stops.
Haven't seen too much from Vickers of the previous 2 series.
Just 4 on the play, 2nd down and 6. They have 1 minute and 14 seconds to try to get something on the board. St. Francis leads at 8-zip. Williams looking, and a shovel pass forward. It's complete, and a first down for the Judson Eagles. Heck of a play from Williams. He shovels it to his running back, Michael Porter, for a first down.
Heads up, getting tackled in the grass, has the wherewithal to shove it forward to his receiver and get enough for the first down. That's a great play.
Thought Cam Holman was going to get another one there. First down for the Eagles, and St. Francis. Flags come out everywhere. I believe St. Francis was offsides, but they're pointing to the offensive line, saying they false started. We'll see what the official call is from our refereeing crew here today, led by referee Brian Bauer. We'll see if they jumped on that offensive line after we get the call from referee Bauer here. Well, maybe not.
Oh, he's talking to St. Francis sideline.
All right, why don't we go ahead and run it, see if we can pick something out here that happened on that. Oh, the shovel pass.
See,
I apologize. Yeah.
Okay, what do we have here? I know, and watch this play. This is outstanding. He almost gets sacked by Johnson. Coming, looking. He never picks him up. Comes in, Mike comes in right now, and he has a wherewithal. Open guy, just shove it like background football. Gets enough for the first down.
We still haven't gotten an official indication on what the penalty was. What it was against Judson University, so St. Francis will take it. It's going to be 1st and 15, but we don't know exactly why. I mean, it had to be a false start. Oh, here we go. Coach, what do you think about taking 5 minutes to come up with a false start penalty?
I'm a big guy on – no, listen to this. I'm a big guy on football officiating mechanics. Okay, so you watch, okay, ladies and gentlemen, you watch any good officiating crew. Watch any good officiating crew, okay? What happens? This guy, the side judge, the head linesman, the field judge, the back judge, he's got the call. So he's gonna say to the referee, he's gonna go 2-2 there. Referee's got it. We don't have to bring everybody in to discuss that play.
It still looks like they're talking about exactly what happened, but yeah, I'd be curious to know exactly what that conversation was about. It looked like a pretty run-of-the-mill false start penalty, but
you know,
timeout called by Judson, by the way. That's why the stoppage of play here. We have 53 seconds to go till halftime. Judson still looking for their points. First points of the half. They got weapons, Coach.
They do have some weapons.
They're young. They're first-year program, but they have weapons. A competent quarterback, some athletic wide receivers, a host of running backs, and a coach who knows what he's doing for sure. First down and 15 after the false start penalty. And another one. Another false start. What they are lacking, though, a bit of patience offensively.
That was another delay of game. That would be the third one so far in the first half.
Yep. In the second quarter. Six penalties already for 50 yards, make it for 45 yards. Oh, so you have 5 penalties, 35 yards. St. Francis just 2 penalties for 29 yards. Again, Judson just going the wrong way. A little discipline on that offensive line. You got to pay attention to the clock. 52 seconds to go in the half. First down and 20 now. On the ground. And about 5 yards on the inside run for Judson. Ball carrier Michael Porter again. They're freshmen out of Atlanta.
They're going to come up to the line and spike it, maybe.
Second and 15. Not spiking. They're going to go. Steps up. Williams looking, keeps it himself. Looking for the edge. Nicely done by Williams, out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. And very close to a first down. It's going to be third, I believe.
He's more nimble than he looks.
He's very, very athletic. You see it again.
And watch him. He's looking downfield with his eyes, and now he decides to run. That's the second nice first down he's picked up on longer yardage.
3rd and 2 here for Judson. After a 1st and 20 situation, inside carry, they give it to Nigel Bruce, and he picks up the needed yards to move the chains. 1st down and 10 from the 11-yard line. 13 seconds to go, and there's the spike to kill the clock with 11 seconds to go. Tell you what, they could have packed it in here on this half, especially with the way that last drive ended with a 4th and goal punt. And then they had 1st and 20 back at the 35-yard line, but they fought back here to a 1st down and 10 from the 11.
Now they have 11 seconds left. They do have one timeout left. So you'd have to think that this has got to be a pass play.
11 seconds on the clock. 2nd down and 10. Williams across the middle, intercepted by St. Francis. Angel Mata picks off his 2nd ball of the season. Let me correct myself. Jalen Cooper, the interception. His 1st of the year.
And that time the quarterback thought he's going to break inside. He never broke. And our guy just standing there waiting for him to break. He never did. And again, the ball is about, a half a football outside of the goal line?
Jalen Cooper was due for an interception. Finally got one right on the goal line.
One quarterback sneak by Tumulty, and we're going to halftime.
Take a look again. Read the quarterback's eyes the entire way.
Yeah, he just broke off his route.
Sam Tumulty run. Clock ticks to 0. After a very quick score by St. Francis to start the game. Really a stalemate since then. Coach Curry will take his Saints into the locker room with an 8-0 lead as we go to halftime. If you're on the radio side, we'll play some music for you. We'll take a little break here on the TV side. Saints lead it here at halftime against Judson, 8-0. We'll be back with some halftime numbers in just a few minutes. You're watching Saints football on the USF Sports TV network.
They watching the replay to see if they made a shitty call. That's so funny. Good. Good. Thank you. You're going to want this one. This one already knows. He's right there. Good job. Let's go! I did it! Oh, geez. That was so funny. He said, this is better coverage than I've ever seen, and I literally Woo! My hands are cold.
Okay, ooh, a little hot. It's like really hot. Hey, Elvia, we're going to go here in about 30 seconds, so just. The mic come on. And welcome back out to Joliet Memorial Stadium, ATI Field. Nick Jacobs, Lee Turnbow with you. St. Francis leads at 8-0. Take a look at some quick numbers here. St. Francis quarterback Sam Tumulty 7 for 9 through the air, 53 yards and a touchdown. On the ground, he's carried it 9 times for 35 yards. Judson, to their credit, has kept Sam Tumulty more in check than not. Receiving, it's been Liam Eldridge with 3 for 18 yards. Rayvon Johnson's got 2 catches, 21 yards and the lone touchdown today. Aubrey Williams for Judson, 9 for 17 for 37 yards. He's been sacked 4 times, though. Boyd has been their leading ball carrier, 6 carries for 26 yards. No points on the board for the Judson Eagles. A little bit of drama here up in the booth during halftime. If you remember in the first half, there in the second quarter, linebacker Chris Johnson was called for an illegal hit and was subsequently ejected from the game. But then we had the referee and some of his crew up here in the booth, and they had to take a look at that again because, well, I'm going to give credit where credit's due here, Coach. You were right.
Could we say that again? Because I don't think my mic was up.
You were right. But can we take a look at the replay here?
Okay,
this is the play we were talking about.
Okay, now watch this. He comes back, and when it happened in live time, I had said that this does not appear to be a targeting. So in there, hands underneath the face mask. Watch it again. Leads hands. Watch his hands. Watch him come in with the hands. Boom. And the part of his helmet hits his right shoulder. So there had to be probably about a 5-minute dissertation between the officials, and they called him for targeting, which means he would have been ejected and could not be eligible for second half. But the point is, our camera crew, our TV guys are unbelievable people. The law firm camera crew of Walsh & Walsh, all right, they got it right. So these guys, the officials said, they came up, took a look at it. So no, Coach Lee, you're right as always. So since 1986 doing these games, I've never been wrong. So shout out to our camera crew. Those guys, that was an excellent shot. And if we didn't get that shot, quite frankly, he wouldn't have been eligible for a second half.
And that's the thing, right? Congratulations. Was it James, right? James is the one that got that shot? Nicely done, sir. Without that shot, honestly, that's true. Because
he would not have been eligible.
If this was last week at Trinity, if this was anywhere else but here with the camera crew and the equipment that we have, Chris Johnson would not be playing in the second half. And let's give credit to the officiating crew who came up and took a look at it again and made the right decision. Other things that we're looking at in that play was defenseless player, was helmet to helmet, and all those things did not add up to a penalty to kick him out.
I will say this about the officiating crew, because when you watch the big-time football games today or tomorrow, they bring that little box out so the referee's got it. You know, you can look up. They made the effort. They talked about it. So they actually came up here and said, you got a replay of that. Our guys had it. That's outstanding work, just outstanding work.
Let's also give credit to Judson's defense, because after the first drive by St. Francis in which they went and scored that touchdown, they've kept a pretty good running offense from St. Francis in check today, and a lot of their playmakers haven't had a chance to make plays either.
Well, I want to see what about Rayvon Johnson, because he only has 2 catches, I believe. Yeah, 2 for 21. Didn't get too many touches there in the second quarter. But the one stat that really popped out at me is that Judson controlled the ball for 18 minutes and 37 seconds in the first half. So they pretty much held the ball on us. And their quarterback, Aubrey Williams, 9 out of 17, but just for 37 yards. So they're running a lot of checkdowns.
It will be Judson football when we start our second half. St. Francis leads at 8-0. Taking a look at the drives. The very first drive was a 4-play, 60-yard drive for St. Francis. Only took a minute. It was aided by a big personal foul penalty by Judson. Ended in a touchdown for St. Francis. But after that, for St. Francis, it went punt, fumble, punt, interception, halftime. Not a lot of doing on offense for St. Francis, but to their credit, they've kept Judson off the board as well.
Defense has played very, very well, and I can prove that because we've had 4 pass breakups in the first half. And that's part of the reason that Judson only has 37 yards passing in this football game.
St. Francis just 2 for 4 on third down. I shouldn't say just. It's a pretty good efficiency. Judson 3 for 8 on their third downs.
I see Rayvon out there on kickoff team, so it makes me feel better.
Yeah, he's healthy. See Coach Dan Pavlicek for Judson. Coached at a variety of high schools in the area before coming over to Judson. He was at Taft and Driscoll and Lake Park and St. Viator and Nazareth. Even operates a website, footballxos.com. As the kickoff goes short, that's a live ball, everybody.
Get it! Attaboy!
Liam Eldridge was there. Who's going to come out with it at the bottom of that pile? Rayvon thinks his wide receiver buddy Liam got it. They're going to have to peel off the layers here to find out. And Judson has the football. Ooh, that was awful close.
Looked like Rayvon was right around that football. He had a chance to recover that.
Yeah, I thought St. Francis was going to be the beneficiary of the win and the bounce, but unfortunately, Judson will have it if you're a Saints fan. They're going to start at the 25-yard line as we're underway here in quarter number 3. Avery Johnson, the quarterback. Aubrey Johnson, pardon me, the junior out of Milton, Florida. The clap, the snap. Here comes some linebackers. They're going right. Oh! And down he goes. They did not even see him. Logan Johnson unabated to the quarterback in his first sack of the season. The 5th sack of the game for the St. Francis defense.
Once you have the running back ball fake, he's responsible before the play begins for that uncovered linebacker. Ball fake, he never saw him. Never saw him.
A dubious start for the Judson Eagles. They go back 4 yards, 2nd and 14. See if St. Francis keeps bringing pressure. They do from the edge. Picked up. And nearly a first down.
Oh, that's going to be really close.
The running back, Zidane Eladon, out of Streamwood, with his first carry.
That's going to be enough.
Judson moves the chains up to the 35 on a 14-yard carry. Going to go to Boyd. Boyd hit
Nice
and
play.
taken down by the shoelaces. Is that Ryan King?
No, it's not Ryan King. It is Jermaine Ross, who's having a heck of a game today. Comes up and makes that shoestring tackle.
Twenty tackles coming in today for number 7, Jermaine Ross. A nice addition to that secondary for St. Francis. Low snap, bobbled. Nicely done by Williams, though, to pick it up and still throw a strike to the outside and pick up a 14. And the Eagles offense moving along here. Ovante Vickers again the catch.
He does a real nice job, Vickers does, of catching the ball with his hands. And that seems like such a simple thing for a wide receiver, but a lot of wide receivers let the ball get into their pads and the jiggles. He does a nice job catching that ball with his hands.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. A carry. Boyd up near midfield. He'll pick up a yard before he's turned away by the Saints D.
We talked about this in the first half, Nick. They don't do anything flashy, special. What they're doing is right now controlling the clock. Watch this play by Johnson right there. Nose tackle spot, gets in on a tackle. He always seems like he's running football.
2nd down and 9, right at midfield, and it's going to be. It looks like an offsides from here. I didn't see an offensive lineman jump, but again, the officials will meet. Talk it over. Did you see anybody jump? Did you see
I
anybody?
thought the offensive line moved because that's why Johnson burst, and he's the only guy who moved.
Yeah, the offensive line is walking backwards, so there's your answer. You bet. Penalty moves it back to the 45. 2nd down and 14 to go. Williams in the offense, checks the play again. Hand signals from the head coach, Pavlicek. Saints rushing 3. Play action. Downfield, middle of the field. They have Vickers. Ooh, could not come up with a one-handed catch. Terrence Nicholson made sure he didn't come up with it at the end of the play. Just a bit off target for Vickers. If that was in stride, Vickers probably could have picked up even more than that.
He runs a post pattern, and this is the first time we've seen anything down the middle of the Vickers. Usually it's a 5-yard out, just a little high. Again, if he catches that, that's a long gainer.
Third down and long for the Judson Eagles. Ferguson in motion. In route, caught, but no yards after catch right at midfield. It was Jordan West with the catch and took the punishment, but still going to be 4th down and 8. I believe West was the receiver who took the big hit from Chris Johnson back in the 2nd quarter. He made another catch with contact.
Watch, we're showing blitz. We come, and now we drop off. Late blitz here, comes up. Watch that form tackle and just drives him to the ground.
Angel Mata the tackle on the play. 4th down, punt unit on. Scott Tumulty back to return. It's a fake.
Oh, he's got it set up.
Trey Sayers, nobody in front of him. A huge play for Judson, dialed it up at just the right time, and they take it to the St. Francis 25-yard line.
I don't know if that was called.
You think it was just a good...
Looked like that was more in the punter. He saw the one guy on the left side, this edge come knife. He doesn't even make a good ball fake with the kicking leg, and he just goes around the outside of him. No contain on that side.
Sayers, the junior from Mays Landing, New Jersey. A safety by trade, taking care of punting duties, and picks up a big 1st down for Judson. Another good scoring chance here for the Eagles, but so far they've been kept out. Tumulty coming up, it's a blitz. They hand it off, they run the other way. All the way to the outside before Cooper tracks him down near the 16-yard line. A pickup of 4 yards on the play, 2nd down. Second down and 2. Nice run by Mackey. And he's on the left hip of Williams. Mackey again, same play. Cuts it up early this time. No gain on the play.
Again, Michael Johnson in there, making a big pile, assisting on that tackle.
Third down and 1. Oh, who's it going to be? Michael Johnson usually is pretty good at waiting for that offensive line to move, and every time he's gone across.
I think they're going to get it on Michael Johnson that time.
No.
No.
And he'll do a little dance for us, too. 3rd down and 1. What an opportunity for Judson, but a penalty again. And they're the two guards on the offensive line are looking at each other like, did you jump? No. Did you jump? No. Like, what's going on? 9th play, 50 yards so far on this drive for Judson. 3rd and 1, now 3rd and 6. Complete. And that's a first down for Judson. Still on his feet, still moving and churning his legs at the 10-yard line. 12-yard pickup on a 3rd down conversion for the Eagles.
That's a good throw. Real good throw.
Now 4 for 10. Another great catch by Jordan West in the middle of the field. He's their underneath guy, and he can take a lot of punishment. He's caught everything thrown to him, number 17, Jordan West, sophomore from Kentucky. Another opportunity here for the Eagles for points. Outside, it's complete, but only a yard or two there for Dakari Ferguson.
They've taken over 6 minutes of the clock on this drive.
Yes, sir. 10 plays, 54 yards so far. It's 2nd and goal at the 9. Handoff.
Oh, nice
Big
hit.
hit inside, a pickup of 2 or 3 for the ball carrier, Brandon Mackey.
There's Logan Johnson from his linebacker spot coming in and putting the wood to the running back. It would be huge for us just to hold them to a field goal attempt here. Seeing how this drive, and they've taken 7 minutes off the clock on this opening drive.
It's the 2nd time they've had the ball inside the 10-yard line.
Don't be surprised if St. Francis blitzes here.
Mackey, right hit by Williams. Can they finally punch it in? Snap back, throwing, blitz, down he goes! A big play by Logan Johnson, the redshirt freshman from Kankakee. Beautiful blitz.
He shot through that gap like he's fired out of a cannon. Watch 41. Simple A-gap blitz. Brings it down to the ground.
What a play. Again, the red zone defense by the Saints this year, outstanding.
Obviously no kicking game here.
Yep. 4th down and goal, back to the 14-yard line. Keep an eye on 17. Keep an eye on 0. Vickers and West. Guarding the goal line. Pressure, and down he goes again. What a showing by the Saints defense. Cam Holman, the freshman again, making his presence felt on another turnover on downs.
And they're bringing the house right now, and he's got nowhere to go. But this football team right now reminds me of what? An old school football team. Rely on your defense, rely on your running game.
It was actually Chris Johnson making the initial hit on that play. Saints will take over at their own 22. Tumulty checks it down to his running back, but a little bit out ahead of Parade Barber and incomplete. Now the offense has to get something going here.
And it's been a struggle the first half.
There's Michael Johnson, his brother Chris Johnson. Mike's the nose tackle, Chris the middle linebacker. Both having great seasons again.
We ran 25 plays in the first half for 121 yards.
Did you see a penalty flag come out?
They gave him a sideline warning, it looks like.
Oh, not just a warning. That's a big penalty. And move the ball up past the 35-yard line.
Didn't see any laundry on the field.
Chris Johnson, Cam Holman, Jermaine Ross, and Logan Johnson all with sacks defensively. Here's Parade Barberin. He'll pick up 3 up to the 40-yard line. That kid never stops moving his legs. 6:20 to go, third quarter. Saints still lead it 8-0. Chris Johnson 1.5 sacks today. Cam Holman 1.5. Ross and Johnson all with 1 even. Throwing. Dan Getch makes a move and he picks up a first down for USF. Up to the 48-yard line.
There are 3 Eagles over there when he caught that pass out in the flat. All had an opportunity to tackle him before he got enough for the first down. Does a little dipsy do and gets enough.
First and 10 for USF at their own 48. Murphy in motion. Sam keeps it. Past the 50 to the 49, only a gain of 3.
It seems like this game has been played with the running clock, doesn't it? As much as each team. It
They're
does.
running it, yeah.
There's 5 minutes left to go in the third quarter. Rayvon Johnson's down on the bottom of your screen, and he's got single coverage.
Murphy in motion again. Inside to Rayvon.
Get a boy!
There goes Johnson. It's a foot race. And he will not lose many of those. Touchdown, 49 yards to Rayvon Johnson, his 4th touchdown of the season. The Saints go up 14-zip.
I told you he had single coverage. What they did, they had a slot inside him. They motioned him out, take his guy out of the picture, run it inside route. All he's got to do is make one man miss, and he did. Outstanding. Watch this. Catch, make one man miss, and it's Katie by the door.
Throws it in the not the best look on the point after attempt.
It kind of reminds you when you're in the backyard and you're down on a knee and you're drawing play. Hey, you go out by the car, you go over here. And I'm not saying it's a bad play, but that's what it looked like.
Oh, man.
Cannot say enough about the St. Francis defense the whole season in the red zone. They have been unbelievable in the red zone.
Where does St. Francis keep coming up with these wide receivers? Brandon Ruffin, now it's Rayvon Johnson and Liam Eldridge. They keep pulling in these athletic, big, very fast wide receivers.
Now, you weren't around for this, but Dempsey Norman, oh my God. You should have seen that guy play years ago.
Yeah.
He was unbelievable.
Short kick again. They're going to have to play it. Almost gave up an onside kick the last kickoff. This time, some good field position going to be had here for the Eagles. They blow it dead, even though the return man, Dakari Ferguson, never went down. And on come the Johnson brothers and the rest of that St. Francis defense. Sam Tumulty now 9 for 12, over 100 yards, 2 touchdowns. Rayvon Johnson, 3 catches for 70 yards and 2 of those touchdowns. Both of those touchdowns, I should say. And look at the linebackers. They're going to bring more pressure. The running back, nowhere to go. Cam Holman and company rolling down to the ground. Loss of 1 on the play.
That time St. Francis just brought more guys than they could block. Filled every gap.
Again, inside run for the Eagles.
Ball.
St. Francis thinks they got it. I saw the beanbag come in. And at the very least, Judson, the one who came up with it. So it's going to be third down.
Jermaine Ross again in on that tackle, flying all over this football field today.
.324 to go in the third quarter. Saints lead at 14-zip. Williams pump fakes. Going down the sideline and
nice play.
Tipped away. Jalen Cooper, the pass deflection. Brings up fourth down. They got punted away.
Coop had a beat on that all the way through. If anything, I thought he could have got a little higher and made that interception, but he played that. He knew he's going to be able to make a play in that football. And watch him play. He times it. Just gets a hand on it. Give Tumulty a chance to return.
Yes,
Can we please?
Yeah, they scored a touchdown this year. Like, what's going on? Good snap. Kick is away. High kick. Tumulty running back, makes the catch at the 28, and he'll have to be tackled right there. He did not fair catch it.
Of course not.
But Jalen Cooper is going to come up and protect his guy. Little chit-chat going on. Uh-oh. We have an injured player. Oh, no. Just corralling the offense. Liam Eldridge, the wide receiver, going to line up next to Sam Tumulty as a running back. A little bit of a different look here on this possession. 4 wide receivers for the Saints. 3 right, 1 left. Eldridge on the left hip. There goes 14. Come on, Curran. They're going to go counter play to Eldridge. Leaps over one, spins around. A flag comes in the area of holding. Couple of flags.
They're going to get a block in the back. Looks like that's going to go on Jordan Murphy.
Liam can't catch a break this year, man. I'm pulling for him to get a big play. He needs me.
Block in the back, yep.
See it again?
Let's see 85 right here.
He came in and nailed him.
Yep.
You can't do that. It was right in front of the officials, too. They made it pretty easy on him. Sam Tumulty, the freshman quarterback out of Willowbrook, averaging 5.9 per carry, 133 yards per game, which is 5th best in the NAIA rushing. In the air this time. Liam makes one miss, not the second. Ball's on the ground. Judson says fumble. Judson thinks they have it. No indication yet from the officials. They are very adamant that they have it. They haven't pointed. Yes, they did. They're going to say turnover by St. Francis.
And that ball had to come out late.
Take a look at it again here. See if you can see where it comes out.
I don't know if his knee was down. Get the ball tucked away pretty good. Helmet right in the football.
Out it goes.
Yeah.
Judson with their 3rd takeaway. They have an interception and 2 forced fumbles and fumble recoveries today. St. Francis having a little trouble hanging on to the football. Another golden opportunity here for the Eagles. Pun very much intended. Good stiff arms by the running back. Shoulder down up to the 20. Pick up of 3 or 4 on the play. Michael Porter. Nice carry for the Eagles. I'll tell you what, they're not playing like a first-year program, Coach.
Nope. I think when they get these guys into the weight room and get them a little bit bigger, faster, stronger, they're going to be a handful for teams.
They're a handful now. Then we can start beating teams. Second down and 8. Play action. Williams stepping up in the pocket, tucks it. Nice run by the quarterback up to the 15-yard line. It's going to be shy. Third down and 2 coming up for the Golden Eagles. Every time Judson has been in this position, it's been sacks and penalties that have killed those drives. Carey, cut off, reverses field to the 15. Not enough. Fourth down and 1.
Michael Johnson just makes that play. He shoots into the backfield, causes the running back to reverse form, and we clean up with another linebacker. Now watch this play by 52. See him right there? They should cut it back, and we clean up with the linebacker.
Saints fans getting loud here on fourth down. Set up for the run. Quarterback keeper.
No!
Hit.
No!
And he goes nowhere. Turnover on downs. Ryan King getting up, so's Michael Johnson, that nose tackle, having a great game today.
I am always impressed with how well we pursue down the line of scrimmage with our linemen. Watch this. Everybody's coming down. Look at Johnson, 52, coming down there. And look at him right in there.
Angel Mata, too, coming up, cutting the legs. Great full team defensive effort. Everybody did their jobs on that play, and they took the ball away again in the red zone. That red zone defense. Here's Tumulty. It's a draw play. He's on the run, wrapped up around the neck, around the 29-yard line.
And that might be it for the third quarter. You think Coach Curry's got to buy these defensive guys ice cream after the game? Let's go to DQ or wherever their ice cream place of choice is, because they have just been outstanding the whole year in the red zone. Don't have to run a play.
They're going to flip the field here on second down and 3. The scoring play in the third quarter, a 49-yard touchdown to Rayvon Johnson. And that's where we sit 14-zip as we go to the final frame. We'll take another 30-second break. When we come back, we'll get the final 15. USF ahead by 14 on Judson. You're watching Saints football on the USF TV radio network.
It's a small school, but it's mighty in that it changes your life when you go here.
The experiences that I gained and the life lessons that I learned while I was here are something that I continue to carry with me.
I'm proud to hold 4 degrees from the university. I wouldn't have gone back time and time again if I didn't think that this was a quality education.
No matter where you are in life, with the right people, the right school, and the right support, you can do anything.
Your career is limitless after you go to the University of St. Francis.
Halftime stats. St. Francis, Sam Tumulty, the quarterback. Nice rating, 184.7. 10 for 13, 112 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. That was on a miscommunication with Liam Eldridge. A couple of fumbles lost, but St. Francis defense continuing to hold tough when backed up to their end zone. First play for St. Francis goes to Barber, and he cuts back outside. He has a little room, shoulder down past the 40. A big pickup by Paray Barbering. Another first down.
It was like the play was designed to go to the left side, and he broke it to the right side, and he stalled. I said it on purpose. He stalled for a minute, got back to the right side because he couldn't believe how big that hole was.
First down for St. Francis up to their 42. Paray Barber in left hip is Sam Tumulty. Couple of receivers. Sam looking to throw. Plenty of time this time. Still can't find anybody. On the run. Up to the 44. Only a gain of 2. Both teams nearly equal in rushing yardage. 103 for Judson, 99, now over 100. So we'll say 101 for St. Francis. They're within a yard of each other.
And he makes a decision to run early when he tucks it.
Judson has had the ball for twice the amount of time St. Francis has had today. Tumulty to keep it on the fake to Curran. Ball goes backwards 2 yards, makes it 3rd and 10.
Let's see how they cover 22. He's got single coverage right now.
Come on, Curran slot left. Liam Eldridge wide left. Rayvon Johnson wide right.
He's got single.
Tight end on the right side. Bray Barber in right hip of Tumulty. Bringing 5 on the rush. Hit as he's throwing.
That a boy!
Rayvon Johnson goes up and gets another one for a first down. That's a pickup of 13 yards to the Judson 45-yard line. And coach, nobody can guard Rayvon Johnson today.
Well, if you're a one-on-one coverage with him and you're the only guy, there's no safety help over the top, you got to give him a little bit bigger cushion because you don't want him to blow by you.
Here's Barber in on first down. Look at the move by Paray into the 3rd level. First down, Saints up to the 25-yard line. A 20-yard pickup by Paray. 2 20-yard carries by the senior running back in a row. Feed Barber in. Back to the line quickly go the Saints. Back to Paray. Inside run. Falls to the 20-yard line. He picks up 5.
And this is the point of the game where I always say this: the offensive line got to take over this. They got to take over this game as we see a eagle down. And you know one thing I've noticed, and I don't know if you've noticed this. I don't know if sometime we can get a shot of this, but on the back of the Eagles' helmets, their gold helmets on the stripe, it looks like they have a state insignia decal from where these kids. See that?
That's in Illinois. Yeah.
Yeah.
See if we can pick up any other ones.
That is so cool to me. There's a Mississippi one right there. I was good in geography back in the day. But I just think that's kind of cool.
Yep, Alabama. You're right. And you know what? It's interesting you say that because I looked over the roster, and as I was putting together all my prep work for this game, I noticed all of the different areas of the country that they have players from. I mean, they must have logged some frequent flyer miles here, Coach, when they were recruiting because they have players from, let me take a deep breath.
Go ahead.
Illinois, California, Colorado, Nebraska, Iowa, Texas, Michigan, Ohio, Kentucky, Alabama, Arkansas, Louisiana, Georgia, Pennsylvania, New York, New Jersey, Maryland, North Carolina, and Washington, D.C.
That would be 19, and I need to take off my shoes.
It is pretty incredible. They got players from 18 states and D.C. on this roster. Coast to coast, man. Here's Paray. Nope, Sam kept it. He's looking left, looking for some blocking. And rolled out of bounds around the 18-yard line. It's going to be close to a first down. I think he might be a yard shy. Gosh, how is he still with the tackles he takes? He's wrapped up so often, takes awkward roll-ups like that. He's good at take. I think that's kind of a skill, isn't it? How to take a hit and how to protect your body. Paray stabs right, goes up forward, and touchdown, Paray Barberin. 17 yards, and it's the first score of the season for the fifth-year senior. Finally for Paray. Finally.
Kept his legs moving, got a nice push by the offensive line, and now we'll see more of a traditional extra point. Look at him, cuts it back a little bit, and once he smells the goal line, he go gets it. He go gets it.
Paray Barberin, who's been with this program for 5 years. He's seen a lot of running backs come ahead of him on the depth chart. But when he gets his opportunities, man, nobody runs the ball harder than number 1.
And there's something to be said for young people to be sticking with it. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
It's very easy for him to have gone somewhere else, but he likes it here, likes the coaching staff here, gets a congratulatory hug. But I always really, really admire kids who stick it out, who don't enter the so-called transfer portal. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh. He got the first hug off the field was from his old high school teammate, Wendell Newton. Perea is a big reason Newton's even here. Kind of recruiting his old high school teammate to come up here and play in Joliet. Big hug from his coach, and pretty much the entire offense coming up and congratulating him. Finally getting on the board. He's a big part of the culture of St. Francis football at this point in time. Look at that. Literally every member of the offense, his whole offensive line, giving him a high five. I love it.
Nice kick.
Kick goes 3 deep into the end zone. Touchback. Judson will take it out with 11:26 left to go in the ball game.
Where are we at next week?
Next week on the road, St. Francis goes out to Davenport, Iowa.
Oh, Brady Stadium?
Brady Stadium, exactly. Taking on SAU. St. Ambrose fell last week to these Judson Eagles in overtime.
Now, back in the day, Brady Stadium has been renovated, I'm sure. Probably a million times over. But back in the day, it was one of our first years playing at St. Francis, and that field was a dust bowl. I mean, because they played high school games there. You know,
it's like Joliet. It's a city-owned stadium.
Yeah, but I mean, there was no. It was. I remember Johnny Larson. That's a name from the past. Literally covered in dirt. You couldn't read his numbers.
Yeah, it's turf now, and it really is a beautiful place for football. It's a great stadium. I love going out there. Michael Johnson makes another play for St. Francis defense.
Michael Johnson has had a stellar season so far for the Saints. Really playing well.
Second down and 8. Williams to throw. Looking. Great coverage downfield. And there he goes again. Ryan King getting in on the sack party.
He just grabs him with one hand and pulls him down. Once you get those big mitts on you, you're not going anywhere.
Williams now sacked for the 8th time this game.
Watch him. One hand. Come here.
Third down and 15. Screen inside.
Oh, nice play.
Tackle from behind by a Johnson. This time it's Michael again taking down the running back Brandon Mackey.
Read the screen, pulled off, pursued down the line of scrimmage, clipped a running back on the back of his feet and made the play. Watch this. Pursue, chop it, take his legs out. That's a heck of an effort.
Michael Johnson having fun today, and why not? Beautiful day, playing out of your mind. A 20-0 lead, you're shutting them out. Oh, another bad snap. They're going to have to figure out something.
Boy.
They get him at the 2, into the end zone. Ball comes out again on the goal line. What's going to be the call here? They're going to give St. Francis the ball at the 1.
I don't think that was a forward pass. I don't know if he just actually lost the ball.
Jordan Murphy making the special teams play after the bad snap to the punter.
This could be nail in the coffin time for the Saints.
Yep. Where's Pere? Get him another one. Officially at the 2-yard line. Tumulty in the gun. They give it to Perret. Walks it into the end zone for the touchdown. 9:10 to go in the game. Saints 26. Judson 0. 2 touchdowns for Perret Barberin. And he's going to get another high five from the entire offense.
Nobody touches him. Watch, he gets right in there. He's like, yeah, I'm in.
And,
Okay,
I'm done.
I'm good.
Extra points good. 27-zip, 9:10 to go. Finally, the offense getting something working. It was 8-0. Gosh, until last drive, until the middle of the start of this fourth quarter. Now the offense started working. A couple miscues by the Judson special team unit, and you can't be. It's their first year. You know, you can't be perfect everywhere. I think they have the makings of a pretty good offense with a good quarterback, some good skill guys. The defense has held St. Francis in check much of the day until recently. You know, special teams just going to be something that the Eagles are going to have to work on.
And right now, if I'm thinking, put my head coach hat on, right now Tumulty's done. I'm getting Maffey in the game because, you know, Tumulty has no stop button on him. He's 100 miles an hour, and, you know, he's going to want to make a play. So I'm just saying, you know what, son, we've got this game in control. We're up 27-0, 9 minutes left to go. Why don't you have a seat and watch the rest of the game? I don't know if I'm a big fan of the canary yellow on Coach Curry. You know what I'm saying? As a fashion statement.
Yeah. Surprised they can still. Like, he had to buy a whole new wardrobe, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
The guy's dropped like, I don't know, 50 pounds, 80 pounds. Like, he's looking trim. 9:10 to go in the game. Squibbit. Bounce right into the hands of the return man. Here goes Porter. Nice tackle. Jordan Murphy again. Flag comes in late.
I don't know if they're going to get him for a face mask or tackling high. It looked a little bit high on me. Yep, face mask. Anytime you go upstairs and you don't have to, even if you catch a finger on the mask, you're going to call it.
Jordan Murphy having a nice game on special teams, helped set up that last touchdown. I can't wait for him to get really in the groove offensively. He's such a big target for Sam Tumulty. Very athletic. 6'3", 200 pounds. He's just a freshman. He'll grow into that. 1st and 10 here for Williams and the Eagles. 9:03 to go in the game. Sweep right. Boyd on the carry. Nice pickup on first. He'll walk up about 7 yards.
Right now the clock is your best friend if you're St. Francis.
Third down and 3. St. Francis, 3 down linemen. They're going to rush 3, drop 8. Williams throwing across the middle and intercepted. Chris Johnson, oh my goodness. He'll slide at the 46-yard line. What an interception by Chris Johnson, his first pick of the season. He doesn't get many of those, but that was incredible.
That time Williams tried to feather it in over his head. And watch him, he catches it with one hand, like he's been the wide receiver line. Watch this. One hand, I got this. Now listen, he has no running skills. Watch. Watch. And they're going to bust his chops on the films. Watch this. Said, nope, I got no move. Okay, I'm going down. Oh, quarterback. Oh, quarterback. Oh.
Yeah, I mean, we got to kind of give credit to our crew for that one, right?
For which one?
Well, if our crew wasn't as good as they were, Chris Johnson wouldn't even be in the game right now.
Oh, that's 2 shout-outs for the Walsh and Walsh connection. That's outstanding. So maybe Mr. Johnson should buy the crew dinner.
Congratulations. James, hey, he's the one running the camera. They got the wall. You know, Brandon's over here just pushing a few buttons. I don't even know what he's doing. James is the one out in the elements running the camera.
You know, you ever notice that there's nobody in his little booth over there?
I think it's like autopilot in an airplane, I think.
Yeah, pretty
much. He wears the headset just to make it look like he's doing something.
He's just eating sandwiches over there, leaving through newspaper, magazines. That's all he's doing.
8:19 to go in the game. It's 27-zip St. Francis. Murphy goes in motion. Let's see if we can get him a few receptions. Here's Perret. Cut off, cuts it inside up the hash marks of the 40. Only about a yard to be had there.
Make me feel better if they got Tumulty out of the game.
Yeah. How about this, Coach? Fourth quarter, St. Ambrose leads Olivet 17-10.
Oh!
Wow. Rayvon up past the 45. It'll be a 3rd down and 4 situation. That'll be if Olivet falls to St. Ambrose, the Midwest is up for grabs because Olivet's been the best team in the conference all season long. Sam throwing. Has Getch as tight end for a 1st down up to midfield. Dan Getch, 4 catches this season. 6:45 to go in the game. Right at the 50-yard stripe. Here comes the blitz from the Eagles. They run the other way with Perret. Runs over a linebacker to the 47-yard line. 2nd down.
That young man has had a very nice game today.
Yes, sir. Perret Barber in 8 carries, 67 yards, 2 touchdowns.
He's just so low to the ground. He strikes me as one of those typical old school fullback types.
Perret again, 2nd effort. Moving the chains for the brown and gold up to the 35. It's an 11-yard pickup by Perret, hunting down a 100-yard game here. And he came in substitution for his old high school running back teammate Wendell Newton, who was injured back in the first half and came out of the locker room in street clothes, took off his pads. Hopefully he's okay. But Perret has picked it up and ran with it, so to speak. More Perret. Barberin. Vision. Searching for the hole. Another 1st down. Another pickup of 11.
He's a nice job. He's a little more shifty than you give him credit for.
Yep. Very patient runner. A lot of power, too. More Perret. Up to the 20-yard line. That's 4 yards. $4:50 to go in this one. Eldridge in motion. The counter to Barberin. Steady die to Perret. He takes it inside the 10. 1st and goal, Saints.
Another 6th 1st down.
They are controlling tempo. They are controlling clock. They're controlling this football game. Nothing fancy.
Number one, the number one option right now. Curran in motion. It's all Perret right now, and that's his third touchdown of the game. Perret Barberin from 7 yards out. A 3-touchdown game. Who saw that coming?
You know what, though? I had him on my fantasy team.
Oh, you're looking good this week.
That's just a wide open hole.
Brian Madej on to kick it off. It's 33-0. Extra point is good. 34-zip. Saints looking to go 3-0 in the conference for the first time since 2011. How about that?
You can only play the people who are on your schedule. And this is more of a baseball argument. They say, well, they played sub-500 teams. That's how they get in the playoffs. But you got the big boys coming down the road here in a couple weeks. So now you got more confidence. You've established a running game. You've established what you want to do. And defensively, you can play with anybody in this conference.
Yep.
There's no doubt about that. You can play with anybody in this conference.
Perret Barberin, 15 carries, 118 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Return from the 20-yard line. Up to the 30, 10-yard return for the Eagles.
Hey. We came into the ball game today giving up what on defense? Points per game.
I don't have it in front of me. Oh, it's kind of funny. Is St. Francis has scored 87 points offensively, and they've given up 87 points through 4 games. So about 20-ish. Flag comes in here on the carry. No gain on the play.
That's going to be a holding. And that's going to be against Ryan King because he got pulled down. So we're giving up about 17 points a game.
21 and we'll call it 22 points a game.
No, I mean after today, because if you give
today, okay.
Because you got to get those defensive stats in for Coach Curry, or else he's not going to be real happy.
Yeah, start thinking about what you want to talk to him about. We'll talk to Coach Curry after the game. Here's Williams. Quick throw to the outside. Oh, Logan Johnson had an interception bounce off his chest plate.
I don't think that was intended for him.
No, I don't think so. I think it was going to the outside receiver. I think you're absolutely right.
Now, see, I think he's throwing for number 13 out there. Logan, you got to make that catch, son.
Inside run for the Eagles, 22-yard line. They'll give him a yard or 2 on the play. 3 minutes to go in the game.
It's Mr. Peters in there on the attack. Oh, he switched his number to 13. It's weird seeing a defensive end with the number 13.
Here's Williams to throw again. Pressure again. Jump pass. Look out. Vickers avoiding the big hit. A gain of just 2. It brings up 4th and long. I don't even have a number 13 on my roster. Oh, wait, that's Chris Peters. That's right.
Mr. Peters, right?
Yep. Yeah, he usually wears number 99. Punt unit on for the Eagles. Scott Tumulty still back there. He'll stand at his own, actually the Judson 45, expecting the wind to hold this one up. I don't expect it to go too high into the air. Fair catch called for, but the ball bouncing to about the Saint 43. Chris Johnson having a heck of a game. 10 tackles to lead the team. Also has 2 sacks and an interception. Can we say he's the defensive player of the week or of the week here?
Yeah, it's not too bad. I also like the way that Ryan King had played.
Saints will take over at their own 44-yard line. Final 1:37 to go. See Chris Johnson having a conversation on the sidelines, and here comes the offense. Eric Maffey on the field at quarterback.
Thank you.
Run loses 3 for the Saints. James Zillinger, the running back from Joliet West, in here at garbage time. So coach is going to go 1-0 today, which is always the goal.
He must not have been that good in math growing up, because every time we talk to him, you just got to go 1-0.
You know there's more games than one in the season, right?
Not to that, man.
No, there's only one singular focus. He's actually the president of the university down on the St. Francis bench.
How do you get those tickets?
I know, right? Who does he know? As the Saints take a knee, Arvid Johnson down there congratulating some of his players on a job well done today. What do you learn about the Saints today?
Resiliency. I mean, they really could have came out, and you know, the first half was kind of choppy.
There's Arvid, big football fan. Yeah, you know what? You're absolutely right. It was 8-0 at halftime, wasn't it? Offense wasn't doing much, but eventually they found their rhythm. Final seconds will tick off. Saints will take another conference victory to go to 3-0. And for the first time since October 13th of 2018, the Saints defense pitched a shutout. 34-0.
Would it be safe to say that we're on a little bit of a roll here?
I think so. And maybe that's the question for Coach. Do you feel like, what kind of momentum do you feel?
No, he's good. He's going to say, there's no momentum. We just won one ball game.
I can't wait to hear it.
That's exactly what he's going to say. That's exactly what he's going to say.
All right, here we go. Coach, can you hear us?
I can hear you. You guys got me.
Loud and clear.
Look at that.
You know what? Sun shining today, a shutout win, and you can hear us on the first time. Things are just going pretty well for the Saints football program today.
Yeah, so far so good. It's been great today. You know, our kids played their butts off, and you know, I couldn't be happier for them. I was selfish. I wanted to get that shutout, but you know, our kids played hard, and credit to our coaches that prepared our kids, and you know, our kids were going out there and executing.
Well, it's the first time you got the shutout since 2018, so congratulations on that. Like, in terms of the potential that your team can play, I'm sure there's a lot of things that you see while you're down there that you could see that you guys can do better, but what are some of those things? Like, how good is this team playing?
We got to get out of our own way at times, you know, and that's we compound our problems. In the first half, we had somebody miscommunication on the route. We threw up a pick. We're late in the first half. Like, we can't do that. Especially when I think Rayvon was wide open on the other side. That's the same play we scored a touchdown on with Rayvon. We called the exact same play. And, you know, for some reason we decided to make another decision, and, you know, those things end up hurting us. And, you know, and then we get a couple penalties on defense and we all get flustered. And if we just stay out of our own way and just stay poised and stay confident in what we're doing, we're pretty damn good and pretty talented and can compete with anybody.
One thing I think you can hang your hat on, Coach, and it's been this way the whole season. Number one, the red zone defense was outstanding again today. And Ryan King and Chris Johnson were just all over the field today.
I mean, there are guys that we depend on up there, you know, and you know, I couldn't expect better from them. I mean, they're great players and they're all conference players.
And there they are behind you, Coach. Go. Let's hear it. Let's hear it.
The Saints sacrifice be number one. Hey, Saints will give it all till job's done. Hey, Saints will fight to victory. Will not stop. They're at the top. Champions will be. Hey.
3-0 in the conference for the first time in a while, Coach. Congratulations.
All right, thanks, guys.
Coach Curry and the rest of his team with their post-game victory chant. It's a big win to finally get on the roll in a very tough conference. It means a lot, especially with some of the teams that you got coming up in the last 4 here in the season.
We talked about this in the pregame, especially with Coach Curry, even before we went on live, about this was a game that you could easily have overlooked. And it looked that way a little bit in the first half. It was kind of choppy. It was kind of difficult at times. And I thought that was great what he said. He says, sometimes we got to get up our own way, you know, with the penalties and other stuff.
Yep, down on the field, we have our defensive MVP. We're number 51. It's Chris Johnson. Led the team in tackles today, a couple of sacks. Where'd you learn how to catch like that? Oh, my goodness.
I'm just trying to be like Rayvon.
well, speaking about that, you've got no running skills. You know, usually you guys who make that one-handed pick, you want to take it to the house, but you slid like you're a quarterback.
Man, I just didn't want to fumble.
Well, tell us how this defense is playing, man. It seems like you guys are firing on all cylinders from up here, but how good are you playing as compared to the potential that you could be playing?
Yeah, everyone's doing their job. We're getting 2 off the edge every time. We're playing really well. You can see the safeties and corners are covering excellently. We're just playing ball and doing our job, doing our part.
How nice is it as a linebacker when your defensive line is getting all the pressure that you guys need on that quarterback?
Man, they the real MVPs. they are always getting pressure. They make my job easy, and I appreciate them. I tell them every practice, man, keep doing what y'all doing because they're doing an excellent job.
And when you go on the offensive side of things, you got Sam and company, you know, putting together some long drives, giving you guys opportunities to take a break and take a breather and scheme for the next drive. It seems like the whole team, offense, defense, Brian Madej on special teams, everything's clicking right now for you.
Yep, everything clicking. We got to just keep rolling and keep this win streak going.
And just so you know, you guys gave up 158 yards total offense for Judson. So and your red zone defense was outstanding. But talk to me a little bit about Ryan King, because I thought he had an outstanding game today too.
Yeah, Ryan, oh man, he's a spark plug. Every time he gets in, you can see every time he make a tackle for loss. We call it Sackville. Mike, King, Cam, Peters, all of them. They Sackville.
Sackville, I love it.
I like the TFLs, everything.
Hey, talk to me about that red zone defense too. Do you guys just turn it up a notch when you got the end zone right in your back?
Yeah. Every time we see that goal line close enough, we gotta sit down and get to going. I mean, we're pretty good in the red zone. I mean, I guess it just happens. I guess it just happens to be the red zone that we're really good at.
Yeah, no, you guys are doing great. You had a great game today. The entire unit did. So congratulations on the win, and you got some tough games coming up. So get ready for St. Ambrose next week. All right?
Mm-hmm. Appreciate it.
Chris Johnson, everybody, the MVP today. 10 tackles, 2 sacks, and a pick, a one-handed interception that he just didn't want to fumble. I love it. And you know what? They got some guys, man. They got some quality individuals putting on the brown and gold. And today the talent was there, the energy was there, the effort was there, and everything came together for a big 34-0 win.
But we take a look at some of the stats real quick here, and we actually finished with 326 yards of total offense, which was impressive, especially the second half. Sam Tumulty, 13 out of 16 today for 135 yards and 2 touchdowns. Pierre Barberin, 15 totes, 118 yards, 3 scores. Outstanding game by that young man.
Absolutely. And we take a look ahead to next week on the road at Brady Street Stadium in Davenport to take on St. Ambrose. And when you take a look at the standings for the MSFA as the celebrations continue on the field, in the Midwest League, it's Olivet Nazarene and St. Francis at the top, right? So St. Francis 2-0, now 3-0. Olivet playing right now against St. Ambrose. If Olivet loses, and it looks like they might, they're down a touchdown late in the game to St. Ambrose. St. Francis will be all alone at the top of the Midwest League, and at that point, your destiny's in your own hands, right? Because you're playing those teams that are at the top of the conference. If you can go out and beat a St. Ambrose, who looks like they might beat Olivet Nazarene, if you can beat a Roosevelt, who has the leading rusher in the nation, if you can go on and beat a St. Xavier team you haven't beaten in quite a long time, you can win this conference, and the playoffs aren't out of the question here.
But that is where Coach Curry's mantra, and we hear it every single stinking week, 1-0. He's not going to look to the last 3 games. He's going to look to next week, St. Ambrose. That's all we're worried about. That's where they do a really nice job of just playing the hands they're dealt. And what I mean by that, they're just playing this game. They're going to focus on St. Ambrose, celebrate tonight. Tomorrow, look at film, St. Ambrose. And he does a real nice job of keeping his kids focused on the task at hand.
You're going to need another good week of practice if you want to remain at the top. But as it sits right now, after this win today, it's the first place University of St. Francis Fighting Saints at the top of the Midwest League. Big win today, big defensive effort, a shutout here in Joliet. A win over Judson, 34-0. It's going to do it for us out here at Joliet Memorial Stadium. For Lee Turnbow, for Brendan and Jessica and the entire crew out here, they did a fantastic job. It's a Saints victory. The schedule only gets harder from here, though. Next week, it's on the road at Davenport. You can listen to that one on WCSF and online at WCSF.com. It's a victory today. Saints win it 34-0 over Judson. Have a great rest of your weekend, everybody. Take care.